Peace, peace. What's good, everybody? Y'all straight?
How y'all doing today?
Peace, peace, peace,
Every, everything,
peace, peace,
everything.
family. What's going on, nephews? What's going on?
I'm
Good
all
morning, Elder.
good.
Good
Can't
morning, Elder.
complain.
Yeah, we
Uh,
we 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 doing good, but I'm on fire. But I'm gonna keep it calm because I'm with my boy the Pedo, bro. So I'm here to learn right now. We just here to learn
Oh,
right now.
I
yes, sir.
already know. I already know.
So, before I get started, um, I need a favor from y'all. Y'all boy can send the link out for me. Just send it out, drop it on, social media to
Oh,
different, yeah,
you
different
already
people
know.
may want to tune in, and
It's
then
Yeah.
we'll
already been
start.
done, my boy.
Oh, say less, say less. Who is this? Cause I'm waiting on Mike. He supposed to be setting up his laptop, and then I really can get the rolling for sure. Paul dropped. Yeah, he dropped. Let me try to get Paul back in here. Uh, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Peace. What's going on, family? I'm glad
Yeah.
to be back in tune with you too, bruh. Bro out there in Jamaica, so bro down there in the islands. Me and bro be building and shit like that. Whoa,
Okay, that's what's up.
Yo, yo,
we're good, cousin.
man, nothing right there chilling.
Yes, sir. I'm just waiting on Pa and Cuz, Pa and Munt. They go, but this is about. It's not really too build, and we're gonna be free building. We can free build, but I think the conversation started. I think the conversation started when we was talking about ceremony. Um, and Cuz wanted to build on time and space, or space, matter, and time. So one of the important things that we were talking about, Jasmine, what's going on? One of the important things that we are talking about in space, matter, and time is how you have sacred time. One of the people that documented sacred time, or what we consider sacred time very well, was Bill Grantham. And he wrote a little chapter about sacred time in his book about Creek Creek myths and legends. And I'm gonna read a little bit from there, but first I want to let certain things be known. when calendars were created based on the culture, which means that almost every culture that lived outside a specific area had a different calendar. And oftentimes, what they based the calendar on gave them a certain amount of days, which means that their years may have been longer or shorter than the year of someone else. Same thing with how they calculated the date. So the perfect example is, and you can Google this, you can look up in any of your science books, but the seasons are not the same all around the world. So someone experiencing summer while someone else can be experiencing autumn, spring, or winter. What the Gregorian calendar did, and this was based off the Christian calendar, was put the world under a system, and that system would be judged by the church. So when they say, well, there's 23 hours in a day and 56 minutes and so many seconds. So the day is based off this. But there were those who said, well, the day is only so long, so the day is sunrise to sunset. So their calendar is slightly different. You had cultures who had 360 days. In those last 5 days, they didn't count at all. They had certain ceremonies or in what they considered a dark period to make up for what was missing. So when we look at time, we must understand that time is judged in space. And the amount of space is also judged in distance and or time. So space, matter, and time coexist. You can't have them without each other. This is the thing I was explaining to someone when dealing with relationships. To ask for space, ask for time. To ask for time is to ask for space. Space and time both have roles in this realm. In other realms, they may be subjected to other things, but they still exist together. Now, what we consider nothingness is not non-existence, but it's chaos brought into order from disorder. Sacred time, a child being birthed is sacred time. Indigenous cultures honored this. This is where the idea of a natal chart even comes from. Women, the first calendars were made by women who were tracking cycles. So we're living in a cycle based on cycles, and women first tracked it by the moon. So you have lunar calendars, which would go along with lunar mounds and lunar effigy mounds and all of this different, right? And then you have a cultural change when you have solar calendars. And during certain times, you see that information was different. And when you come into a solar calendar, or when you came into a people who had a solar custom, culture, or religion, notice that there was always usually a group of priests who was over the sacredness of the time that these ceremonies would be had. Y'all can hear me? Y'all there? Everybody there? I'm just making sure I'm being heard.
Check. I'm
Yeah,
with
you
you.
being heard. You
Okay,
Yes,
being heard.
sir.
You
I'm
being
just sitting
heard.
down Indian style. Just sitting down Indian style.
perfect. Me cool, Omi, what's going on, sis? Whenever Auntie ready to drop on us, I'll just drop the link. So when we're talking about participation in sacred time, this is what separates an Indian from a non-Indian. Ceremony, being one with the creator, being one with family, being one with community under the eye of the creator. So when you look at any art and you see the hand and you see the eye in the middle of the hand, That's a crystal. But that crystal is the same quartz that's in the eye, which is in the sky, looking down on you from the hand of God. He got the whole world in his hand. So we're talking about symbols that go with systems. You have symbolic thought and systematic thought. So where all cultures use the hand and an eye, that's the symbol. But the system and how they use it in the coordinates to the culture becomes systematic thought. It's how the system uses this culture. Whether it's to reveal rituals and rites, or simply festivals where we're celebrating a certain time period. So different cultures would line up their calendar slightly different, meaning like the Yuchi broke their calendar down into 4 different seasons, which is kind of ironic. Now, with the breaking down of the seasons within these cycles, you also have deities and myths that go along with these to tell the story. Because those who've created this culture, right, they also created the legends to go with these cultures. So what I'm saying is, when you see a pantheon, right, and someone say, well, these are gods, in reality, these could be men who did supernatural things for their community. Now, see, when we talk about myths, right, and sacred time, because this is our truth, so it's not myth. So we'll take out mythology and go back to ontology. We'll call it supreme truth, meaning that all rites and rituals and human activities, whether it's sexual work, regular work, education, or ball game, all of these are things that we have to answer for within sacred time. This is the reason for ceremony, because you have to admit that you were wrong. You have to admit your wrongdoing, and you have to pay that back and or pay it forward. There's a certain period that you can't be around women during sacred time, because as a man, you need to cleanse, and so does she. But sacred time isn't just based off the sun and the moon. What about the earth and the animals? What if we base our calendar off when the deer returned back to the land? Because when the deer returned back to the land, that's mid-July. So someone else's beginning of their summer in mid-July would be slightly different than someone's kids just got out of school at the beginning of May, or even someone's ceremony is in April. So sacred time was based off what the women and the sky watchers saw in the community, which brings me to those who watch the sky. Many people know the Olmec as being the rubber people, and many people understand the Olmec as dealing with the rubber ball, while in reality, one of the first things they used the rubber for was to make their telescopes. This is why they were called Olmec, because they used rubber to track the stars or the skies. See,
Yep. It used the rubber.
copper hairdressers tune you in. You're talking to a master electrician, certified, graduated, sum cum laude, 4.0. So these were men who used alchemy. They were alchemists, right? Using the black science, universal science. Come on, Al-Qador, right? That which appears black but is really green, like magnesium. They were using science to track the stars and then using that to bring information back to the people, getting information from. This was sacred time. So you had enactments, plays that would go on during ceremony, showing you what went on in the ancient times. You would have military actions. Paul is documented doing this on. Remember somebody say, who the hell is Cheeto? Who the hell is Bayou Native? Nobody wrote no books about him, but he's literally on front of an indigenous documentary, and he's showing them combat as a sensei, a master. Again, this is a master. So you will also have reenactments showing you or recreating sacred time, letting you know that, hey, what was in the heavens was mirrored on earth, and what was on earth we can show in the heavens. This is why we built these mounds to align with certain heavenly events. So when the people say, well, we come from the blood of the creator, being that women have the older story, their creator was the moon. And the blood fell from the moon as she was on her cycle. And then the blood fell to the ground, and the sun took the baby and put it in the, and did the, and then took it to the, and gave it, and then taught it, and then showed it, and said, well, now you go do this. But then when men took hold of the story, the blood fell from the sun, and the moon took the, and then took them and taught them and showed them and did the, and then said, go do this. So when we are going to ceremonies, we have to treat these things and this time as we would treat grandma in church. Because everybody is listening. Grandma, your grandma may be Christian, and she said, you come in my house, but take that hat off. You taking that hat off. If she said the name of, if we finna pray in the name of Jesus, you're gonna bow your head and pray. And I'm not saying pray with an E like how we would do as Jag and Puma families, but with an A. You would give reverence to creator regardless of name. That's sacred time. That's how traditions were built. So let me come. I'm still in my notes. Now, when we deal on earth and we're talking about time on earth isn't always one, not the same for everyone. So we should also understand that time on earth isn't the same as time on Mars and time on Neptune, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's not the same time that's in the Milky Way. We see this presently as the brain or the electricity, right? The electromagnetism that's going on in the brain, this light, this Luciferianism, right? The thing that blinds you, because the brain is in darkness, is in water. The brain is the primordial mound in the water, right? But now you have Atum Ray, which is light, giving you flashes and showing you things that are now physical. But those flashes in the darkness are millions of times faster than you can even move your body. So you say, oh, it's time for me to go cook. In your brain, the food is already prepared. So in another realm, in sacred time, this is already prepared. When you get to the stove, what you're doing is reenacting a thing that you simply thought about. That's the light going off in that ceremony. Being able to think about being whole with community and recreating a time, a sacred time, that literally constitutes a break in the homogeny of space. Sacred time has to put a pause on things and show you that everything within this space, though it's operating on the same time, some of these things are profane and other things are sacred. Not secret, but sacred. Now, this break is symbolized by an opening which is caused by a passage from one region of the cosmos to the next, or from the underworld to the upper world, or from the earthly world, which is the middle realm, to the underworld, to the right. But you have the upper, the under, and the middle realm. It seems it's three, but all of our medicine wheels are four, and all of us are a quantity. So there's a fourth realm, which is truly unseen, and it's not the upper or the lower. It's a sacred place, a sacred time that encompasses all. Not all things, because if we say all things, then what about things that aren't things that are a part of all? So we say all. This is what Zo was to the Yuchi. This is what Yahala was to the Yamasi and the Muskogee. This is what Queshuga was to the Wale. Not simply a deity, but all sacred time. Something that is gives us the communication between the flat plane and the heavenly realm. How do we recreate that? How do we align ourselves with the cosmos? How do we tune ourselves to the ground that we're currently on while respecting the portal we came from? Mother's womb, another primordial mound, sacred time. Intercourse, sex is sacred time. You're not gonna play with that woman time. Now, you would hope she don't play with your time too. But then child come and child is born, sacred time. Child has a birthday, sacred time. And we celebrate birthdays, but ceremonies and festivals, rituals and rites were used to celebrate the community and how it was brought together under the eye of the creator. I yield the floor to everyone else and we can free build.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, nephew, because dealing with that telescope, that's where they use the crystal and everything to watch the heavenly things, and that's why we told what's her name? Her and her husband, when we had the podcast, we said, yeah, we've been watching the storm. That ain't nothing, and
Miss Lori, right.
yeah, yeah. So we just only reiterating, or you just did back then to where they had just found out, but we been through that.
Didn't they also use like some sort of like quartz crystal to help like see like long distances too?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
facts. Red that Crane was attempting to explain that to someone, but he knew they didn't, you know what I'm saying, Polo? So you
Yeah.
know, like those crystals were definitely used in that way. Um for distance, bro. We do it today. Like we all wear glass, like for those of us that wear glasses, you feel me? Let's see. So I want to pull this up real quick. This is gonna be interesting to some people. It's the Yuchi division of time. So let me add the controls to the stage. All right, we up and rolling. So this the Yuchi division of time, and it's a lot of they're going to be exposing a lot when we're dealing with how they break time down. So excuse me. The seasons are four in number. Spring is called Haina, Newadi, or Newadili, and it means when summer is near. It says this is the time when agricultural activities are resumed after the comparative idleness in the winter. Summer is Wadi or Wadi. Wadi. Sounds familiar, right? Uh,
Yep.
Wafa'a.
Right.
Wafa'a means south in Yuchi. Sounds familiar? Uh, but in their months, right? They break their months down, but they have their years broken into 4 moons. Um, in these months, what you will notice is that they break not just break it down by the 4 moons, but they're giving you an idea. So the meaning, ground frozen month. So you have wind month, little summer. So that's about spring. Wade, I, Sini, which would be little summer. You have big summers, April, mulberry ripening, blackberry ripening, middle summer, July, dog day, hay cutting, corn ripening, and middle winter. So that's how they break those down. Now, they have day and night. They're going to show you how they break, they break the day down. And it's going to get even better for those who understand what's being explained here. So these names, or the names for these are Yaguali at dawn, Yaguali, Aguali at dawn, morning, Ubali, noon, derivative from, or it's a deprivation of the word Yuba, meaning high, right? Referring to the sun, which is also interesting. You have afternoon, Hogi, Hogi, right? Yeah. So now, when we talk about language and we talk about sacred time, is it not ironic that the word Wale is the same for at dawn or morning? But in Appalachia, the word is Gwali. Gwali, and it literally means the same: morning, dawn, or the coastal edge. But then you have Ubali, which means noon, or derived from Yuba, meaning high. So high noon is talking about the placement of the sun, right? Gli is giving you the position. It's not the position, but telling you that it's moving that way. It's going up high. That's the same word as Yuba, right? Or Yuba'a, and the same dealing with Ogi or Ogi-ichi. So, ironically enough, in sacred time, if people were talking about the morning, they somehow use topographic elements to explain what the morning, the dawn, and the afternoon was. So in their sacred language, if they were saying the sun is up high, it's no different than saying Upaha, right? Which is interesting. Now, the thing about, if we go back to sacred time, because now it just brought me back to something. If we
Boy,
go
you
back to
something else,
sacred
boy.
time,
You
hey,
something else. I think I let that you know, boy. You something else now.
you got that? Okay, that's why I fool with you, because you caught it. If we go back to sacred time, before a certain people crossed over with their calendar, Upaha was talking about a direction in which you can find the children of the sun. And Wale, which became a people on the coast or the edge, where the fuck does the sun rise? Oh, oh. So when I translated Wale as the place or the border or the edge where the sun rise, and so well, you it can't be that. It has to be. Because if we talk about polysemy, is when one word has many meanings, which are connected. If you were a Taino, Wali wouldn't just mean border or edge or where the sun is. It literally would mean children of the sun. Dagger. Sacred time. There was a time period where ceremonies went from Tennessee all the way down to South America. There was a time where the Americas were unified. And we're not going to say everybody, but there were certain rituals and ceremonies that were brought from people from South America that were mixed with rituals and ceremonies that were taught in North America, and those that came up out of Mesoamerica that unified Birdland. People like to call it Snake Island, which were the Lenape because they were going to war with their enemy. People like to call it Turtle Island because of the Lenape, but no one has ever sat there and said, wait, if we look at the point of unification, the deity or the man that unified them all was It was somebody from Bird family.
Right.
That's where it came. It was somebody from Bird family. It,
And this and
It
this
makes
is why
sense.
this is why when that happened, you had a person who actually was gifted a certain kind of feather to show his chiefdom.
uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No matter
You ain't.
no matter what clan he was from, he was gifted a certain kind of feather to show his chiefdom.
Ooh, sacred time, right? Sacred time. Damn. I can't find it. See, there's a Mississippian pendant, and you can go Google Puma versus Eagle, and you will see the Pumas just snatching the Eagles out the tree and all of this shit, right? Puma still on the line? Yeah, cuz you know how we do. We get busy. You feel me, cuz? We get busy. But there's a pendant. For some reason, I can't find it online. It's in a book. I'm see if I can send it to my Gmail. But they show the puma and the eagle at odds, right? Or what they call the water panther and the flying serpent at odds. In reality, each one, bro, we're talking about sacred time and quantity. These are the same thing. People just looked at them different. You got your bird, you got your sky, you got your deer, you got your middle ground, you got your panther, you got your underworld, but nobody is mentioning the fucking snake, which we all come from. Were we all not seeming? We went wiggling through trying to get to the. But then people talk about the war between the snake and the sun, not understanding that war was between the sperm and the egg. Dagger. What the fuck is
That's
tripping? Oh
crazy.
my God. These
That's
niggas is not
fucking
ready for this
crazy.
shit, bro.
That's
These niggas is
crazy.
not ready. I'm the goat at this shit, bro.
That's
I teach
crazy.
this shit so good that it becomes religion. Everybody looking in the sky for a fucking comet. Nigga, your daddy already put the comet in your mama. Oh, you know?
And that's drawing the big what Pop said on the
That's the
Marley
Big
radio
Bang.
show. Bang bang
Yeah, the
bang.
Big Bang Theory.
That's the Big Bang.
All type of explosions and chemicals,
Come
reactions.
on, bro. They explain it in every culture. In Egypt, there was the Abduar, Noon, Noonet, Hedet, Kedet, Amen, and these 8 energies clashed to become 9, and that 9 became 1, and that 1 was Atum, who became Ray. Tell me I'm wrong. That's in the fucking pyramid text, and it's in the Book of Gates, which is older. Uh-oh. Hmm. Hmm.
All,
Hmm. Or
all
what? Or
facts,
what
boy.
about the Bible? What about the Bible? Out of eternal darkness, let there be light. Or what about my Lord? How does one enter into the kingdom of heaven? My son, the only way to enter into the kingdom of heaven is through water and spirit.
What language does the word Zaire
Uh-oh.
come from?
Uh-oh.
The word
Uh-oh.
Zaire comes from a Portuguese adaptation of a local term. It originates from the Congo word Nzadi, which means river, referring to the Congo River. The Portuguese adapted it into Zaire during the early exploration of the country.
So when we're
Hey,
talking about
not to be
sacred,
rude.
go ahead. No, go ahead, P. Take off. It's free bill,
Nah,
man.
not to be rude, but my old lady in the chat, Jasmine, that's my old lady. So we talking about this, so I just had to get that out of the way. That's who that is down there.
Oh, true. Peace, family. What's going on? But
I've got you.
cause sacred time, bro. Sacred time. Can you mute for me? Sacred time. And I see I'm up walking in circles now, bro. So I got shit on my brain, right? Sacred time gives us the reason why there are fucking seasons. And this is what I brought up last week. See, what messed up the land was planting things out of season, and that's what messed up men too. See, a lot of men got fucked up because they sowed a lot of seeds in the wrong season, and a lot of women got screwed because they allowed men, the wrong men, to plant seeds that they weren't even supposed to plant. And it's all because everybody's cycle was out of whack. Bro, think about it. If we've been living on these people calendar for 100 years and our people calendar was slightly different, bro, you know that mean that ceremony will always be off course. The only way you could truly know your birthday is if you were to track the sky, because they threw in a leap year. How many leap years have there been since any one of us were born? That was the importance of having our own calendars. But we need women, we need our sisters, our aunties, our mothers, because they're the ones who actually track the cycles, bro. We be
And
so
now,
caught up in shit. Like, niggas ain't never on time, bro.
and now, and now you see where the story, which is a traditional story that lets you know that we are indigenous people, because we talked about how the stork or the crane bought the baby. Oh, they ain't really ready for this. How many of y'all heard about the stork or the crane bringing the baby when you talk about sex?
Yeah, that's what they say. The stork dropped the baby off on the front porch.
Man,
Uh-huh.
but then hold on. I mean to cut you off, but that's crazy because, like, what it is Sunday, my little girl just come to me, my baby girl, Thursday. Daddy, why do the cranes bring the baby and drop them off on the porch? I ain't say nothing though, but yeah, that's crazy. You talking about this?
Yep. Because all that go back to the bird, and they know the season when they start preparing the nest and everything for the egg to drop.
That's literally why some cultures, sex was controlled. It was a season for it. Like mating season, it's a season for it. You're not supposed to fuck all the time. Excuse me,
Right.
auntie. But if she, I don't know. I don't even know why I said excuse me. She gonna call me and say, I don't know what you said excuse me for, because you said it right the first time. But bro, it's a season of fuck, bro. Y'all don't notice. I'm gonna just say it. Y'all don't notice. Most children are born between August and October. You know why? Mama, sacred time, Thanksgiving, sacred time, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day. Like, there's a season for certain shit, but we all out of whack. And that's why the priest made sure that everybody went through the rituals and everybody went through the rites. Because if the community was healed, if the community was on the same on one accord, then everything they did within that space would be considered sacred time and not profane. So that's just one thing I wanted to bring to the people, is understanding that time is sacred and time is profane. You have to understand the difference. Use your sacred time to bring family together. Use the sacred time to heal together, and use the sacred time to put yourself back in the realm that your ancestors were. You have to learn their language, learn their ways. Even in this modern day, you can modernize certain things,
And it was
but
even time,
understand. Go
and it
ahead.
was even time, and there was even a time to go to war when the mothers of them said so.
So understanding sacred time will allow one to understand if they're on their own when certain things should be done or how they should be done. Just keep that in mind. We have our own way, our own calendars for our own things. And we say, well, the Gregorian calendar is wrong, but then proceed to say we're in the age of Aquarius. We've literally just made we've contradicted ourselves because we're basing an age. Remember, ages are cycles of 24,000 years. In those 24,000 years, you have 4 cycles of 6. 6 by 4. So while you at the top of what you think is what you call the age of Aquarius, there's 6,000 years for this to fall to the middle ground. And then another 6,000 years for it to fall to the bottom. It's going to, in 12,000 years, where we are today with information is going to be at the bottom of what we think it is today. And then it has to rise back up for another 6,000 years. And then another 6,000 years to roll into a new age. This is what was going on in Pisces. In the short term, these are called precession changes. Precession of the equinox. But then you have it where it will change every 2,400 years, just like it does during the day. So every 24 hours, in those 24 hours, every 2 hours, the sun changes positions and goes into a different constellation, a cycle. So I just explained a big cycle, 24,000 years, broken into a half of 12, then broken into a half of 6. And then you go into 2,400, which gives you these changes that we have today. So you wonder why there are every 6,000, it seems like every 2,000 years, we get a new Messiah. But these are cycles. Every 6,000 years, there's a new species of human that somehow pops up on the planet. Or every certain amount of time, it seems like culture's information just stops. And there's no growth of knowledge until another 6,000 years where the information is there. Where these people come from. These can't be the same people because the information is different. Cycles. Anyone? Anyone?
Man, I'm just replaying a lot. Boy, you just answered a lot of questions that I've been wondering, that I've been wanting to ask you, but I'm glad you made that plain.
For shit show. For shit show. For shit show. And you know what's interesting about these cycles is, for as much information there is on the that we have on the planet, there has to be about 98% of information we will never obtain, for the simple fact that we are currently living in a cycle that didn't exist 50 million years ago. So even this change that took place, whether it was a geological change, whatever it was, that those cycles were different. Days were longer and or shorter, depending on the what they call the era, the Pliocene era and the Jurassic, all this extra shit. Or what about the cycles of the earth itself, where we see where or noon they're one of the oldest structures or cratons, right? When you have lava shooting up from the earth under the water, because remember, the earth and the earth are the same thing. Water is nothing but the divider. Earth is the same fucking rock. It's one rock. And Earth isn't, and water isn't even indigenous to the planet. It was brought to the planet. So when these things start, this lava shoots up out the water and starts to dry out and form land. How many fucking times did that happen? And how many times did those lands sink or break apart or shift or, right? Cycles. But theory, and it's their theories is what's controlling the calendar. Their theories on the sky. But you have cultures that understood certain suns, stars, constellations, galaxies, that these big telescopes today couldn't find. So what system were they in? What sacred information were they given in their sacred space at that sacred time by their elders to continue the level of knowledge they had that appeared to be tribal or primitive? Why does it seem like when we look on TV and we watch people or what they show us as different communities doing things together, the whole community is involved in the rituals that's going on? Ain't no I'm Christian, I'm Muslim, Buddhist. It's not. The whole community does this to make sure that everything is good for the community. Honoring the creator on our time. But why our time? Because our time will never be the same time as the creator. Again, the brain shows us that. So we have to attempt to mimic what's in the heavens on earth. You look at a star and say, oh, look at the position of that star, is right there. In reality, that shit can be way the fuck behind you, but you're just catching the light that's been traveling from that place for the last 2 million years. So these crackers looking in the sky saying, hey, that star finna die. It looked like the light going out. Whole time, that shit somewhere else. But they're just simply looking at the light that's been traveling from that particular place for a certain amount of time. Their science. But we were always taught that stars don't really die. It's like saying a star dies is like saying that soul dies. Soul is. Spirit is animation. Animism. That's what the ancient cultures practice, right? Animism. The spirit, how things move, how things look and appear. That became religion. It became Luciferianism. What I can see, touch, taste, feel, smell, as opposed to soul, simply what is. So to recreate fucking soul, people made sacred time, which was festivals, rituals, and rites, and plays and reenactments. We did this with Romeo and Juliet when we were in high school, in middle school. We were recreating a time, a sacred time, when a man or somebody wrote something that was so beautiful that this story carried over 400 years, 300 years. So we're going to practice this and bring it to the world in light because what he wrote was so beautiful. That's sacred time. That's a fucking ritual. When you played sports, you knew when you was going to play, who you were going to play. If you did combat sports, you knew who you were finna fight, when you were gonna fight. You ain't tell me you turned on the music to get you right. I don't care what
All
you're
day,
listening to. You could be listening to
all day.
Juvenile or Phil Collins. It don't, but you gonna get right. You getting your body right for sacred time. When the team getting hype, that's the team, that's the community. Bro, Polo, tell me I'm wrong. Say if we got like, say our school logo is a G. I don't know, whatever. If a nigga don't touch that G on the way to the field, boy, nigga body slam you, boy. Boy, you trying to make us lose? Boy, you better go, boy. You better
Yeah,
go
you
run.
might well be on the other team, nigga.
Boy, you might well go play for the up. Bro, that ceremony, that's the beauty of ceremony, bro. Like it's like, boy, wait, what? You did what? Ooh, what? Ooh, you gotta get forgiven for that.
All that.
Ooh.
Don't step on my logo. You better not come center
But
field. You
what?
better not come
Step on the
center court and
logo.
stand on my logo.
Man, dog, man. What you mean? We meet in center field and you just dug your cleat in the ground. Oh boy, we finna hurt you. We
Now
finna hurt.
the game done got
That's
delayed. Damn.
you feel me? They ain't got delayed. You go out there and lose to a team that's sorry as fuck. You feel me? Your spirit down. You know, went out there and got the ass kicked by some bull. Sacred time. It's about being prepared for that which we don't know. Sacred time is about being one with all. That's why we have and must revitalize our own calendars. That's why we must position our ceremonies according to how we view the stars, the sky, and the earth.
We definitely can't keep claiming the Green Corn Festival as our claim to fame.
Hey, all I know, man, for me, y'all know, meet me at Big Summer. You feel me? Hey, just meet me in July, man. Only April. You feel me? We got it in April locked in. Like the green corn, bro. I'll say this much: green corn as a ceremony was good for what it was for. It was for unifying different groups of people. You feel me? The corn itself, terrible. And I'm not too sure about certain shit with the ceremony, but I'll just say this. Sacred time is a beautiful thing. Just use sacred time to recreate the first time. It's something that the Egyptians used to recreate Zep Tepi, right? Zep Tepi, which is the first time, where they talked about where the gods or the Netaru ruled the earth, right? And they would have certain festivals and rituals to show the lifestyle of the gods as they lived on earth. So I just want to put that out there too. There are other cultures that, that had different ceremonies that I come from, but I may not agree with. Because if it's me, y'all boys, it's just certain things I'm not rocking with. In Polo, I feel you all the way. It's just some shit you
I
just
ain't
can't
going.
mess with. You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't.
It
I was
just,
raised a
yeah,
different way, man. I'm sorry. Man, my daddy see
yeah.
me nothing.
No.
Anyway, my dad I ain't gonna let my dad or my son see me behave in any way that's not appropriate of the men in our family. I'm gonna put it like that.
Ooh, ooh. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We definitely got to build. We definitely got to build about what I sent you.
Yeah,
About that
for
shit I
real,
sent you. I
for real.
yeah. I read that. You can find that book. It's called Southeastern Indians. It's called Southeastern Indians by Charles Hudson. It's a good book, bro. Like when I say it's a good book, I'm talking about the level of information. That's just a lot of information in there. That's what I mean by it's a good book. But you
He,
feel me,
he went into detail and he named names. All I knew was about the banishment, but he
bro?
named names. That's different.
Hey, eh, right. And it's the thing, though. That ain't the first time I done read it. I done read it about the Tamukwa. I done read it about Yuchi, but it was only one. They only mentioned one Yuchi man, and with the Tamukwa, they mentioned a lot of them. But on this one, that boy went to naming names like what? But watch this though. That's why some niggas be acting like that, bro. You feel me? That's why some people
Okay,
be acting like that, boy.
Hey,
And it's a it's,
when I read it, a male of that tribe definitely popped in my mind.
it's same shit, yo boy. That's why I say, boy, I said this to P. I know he gonna peep this shit, yo boy. I ain't even gotta say no more. We know we on the same wave.
You talking about the Tango
Hey,
Red?
man, Tangeray. You feel me? Tangeray. It take two to dance. You feel me? It take two to tango, man. And that shit crazy, but it makes sense though. And I'm gonna tell you why it makes sense for certain tribes, like for certain communities, is because again, they were already accused of doing freaky stuff at the ceremonies. So that might be reason that the Cherokee really came down on a lot of them niggas, bro. Like the Cherokee say them people was doing weird shit. They said it wasn't just limited to they say the Yuchi was hunching their wives, but they say there were other things going on. I wonder who were the people doing the other things. You see what I'm saying? Because if it was them boys, then it only makes sense. Like them, listen, I always heard oh yeah, the Yuchi said they're talking to the chief. Oh, the man say he looking in the field and he noticed it's a man in the field with the women. He say, yeah, he said, yeah, he a man, but he not like the warriors. So he got to be over there with he got to be in the field with the women. The man say, well, shit, why he got on makeup like a woman? He say, cause he ain't no warrior. So
Right.
they talking about one person, his brother. This is the chief. He got a brother that is whoopty whoop, but he telling fool like it ain't none of that, like all of that boy shit. We don't do that over here. The way he telling one part of them. Yeah, he might dress like a girl, but we don't do that. Man, them people got down there to Mississippi and Texas. Man, the French, but watch this though. Why is it always the French that came amongst them people?
Because the French was freaky.
Okay,
They were,
what you call them? The freaky French. What you call them, ain't it?
that's why they say the menage.
Man,
Let me see that menage a trois
bro,
come.
son. What fucked me up, what messed me up is the French, the French documented having relationships with Timucua leaders, yo boy.
Said it was more beautiful than the women.
The French said the Timucua men were more beautiful than the women. The French then get to Mississippi, Louisiana, and some of them in Mississippi, and they start messing with the Natchez. But they say the Natchez were more open to male relationships than the Timucua. This
No,
shit,
Hallelujah. It's raining.
man.
You
So
can
we that
at the
that that
YMCA. Well,
that's gonna be a conversation for a day. Because my question is this: and I see it now. At what point did those men push the women out of the community?
when they said that it was big female energy.
Because for me, I really heard a man. I'm talking man. I really heard a man say this big matriarch energy, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, what? Like, this is what we're doing it. But it's the thing, though. Watch this. That's what they were doing with the sacred times. You see what I'm saying? When they had time for rituals and ceremony, they was creating laws saying, oh, if a woman is on her cycle, she can't sleep in her own house.
Because he wanted to go do it.
What? Man, this shit makes sense. These men were putting women out of their homes and making the women stay in one big ass home when they were on their cycle. So all women had to sleep over there. If you on your cycle, you sleep over there. You can't be around the men. it had to be one of them that made that law. I'm telling you. And that's when the family structure broke down in order for them crackers to come in like that. Because the family structure had to break down if women were leading the family, well, was doing the voicing, it had their sons in position. And then out of nowhere, it's just men taking over these positions during that Mississippian era.
The son wanted to be too much like
Something
mama.
interesting. That what I've been saying. Niggas want to be like their mama, yeah. And they messed up the rituals because you got men who start seeing what was going. Bro, my left eye twitching. What the fuck? Used to have men that started seeing certain freaky shit and stopped going to ceremony. This the same reason niggas stopped becoming masons. You know why the average mason is 57 years old.
Look, they
Because
even
niggas
called
start doing freaky shit.
that behind ritual Yuba'a
What's
at
up,
one time.
cuz? Man, that shit made me mad. Bro, man, part of them showed me. It was right before I just got the dictionary. You say, nephew, man, go get your Temuka dictionary and look up the word Yuba. I said, me above, behind, beyond, buttocks, sodomy. Oh shit. Like, oh no, what? So
Yeah.
when somebody says that indigenous people didn't have a concept of homosexuality, the Temuqua did. But they were the ones who were putting the men out because they said the men was messing up a word that equates to sacred time or festival. So real niggas is saying, hey, it's men that's dressing like women that's coming into the rituals doing freaky shit.
But you have somebody that say, we didn't call it homosexuality. We just say two spirit. But
No,
that's no.
it's two different things. Two different things. Two different things. And one of them, you lose your powers if you do that. And you feel me? But that's neither here nor there. I want to go back to I want to talk about how sacred time can be distorted and become profane. When you have a group of people that have ceremonies, can you mute up for me real quick? When you have a group of people that will have ceremonies, and in these ceremonies, they will do things that are not right. And they will add to and or take away. And I'll give you an example. Me and Red Crane was on the phone with a guy one day, and dude say, Crane asked him, no, I asked him, I said, you ever been scratched? He said, no, I can't get scratched. My barber said I can't get scratched. I got royal blood. We all looked around like, hold on, wait. Bro, the reason you're supposed to get scratched is because you got royal blood. You, whoever your barber is, quote unquote, flip the shit. So Crane say, well, how are you in Palo Mayombre, or how do you practice these different, if you didn't go through a certain letting ceremony? That person hit the airplane mode on their phone thinking it was going to drop the call, but it only does that on regular phone calls, not iPhone. He thought we dropped off. He turned it back on and was like, oh, them niggas asking me if I got scratched. I ain't letting nobody scratch me. I said, what you said? That boy hung up the phone. I haven't talked to him since. If you want to know who it is, it's what's his name? Feather Indigo, Father Indigo. Yeah, that guy. So later on, he let some guy stab him in his fucking face so he can bleed out his fucking jaws. But 2 years ago, you said, my blood is too royal to get scratched. But you let people put fucking blades in your face and cut you, bro. Like not razor marks or war marks or what how we have on our face. But we talking about somebody getting a knife actually digging you in your shit. That's the type of ceremony you allow somebody to do. Now the question becomes, Now, and this is what you have to interrogate people. Remember I said that. You have to interrogate before you integrate. That came from the goat. If you say, well, damn, y'all do scratching ceremonies, how do y'all cleanse the shit? How do y'all cleanse the scratcher? How do y'all disinfect the scratcher so we know that the shit that y'all using on everybody don't fuck nobody up? You
Right.
know how many people would just go to a ceremony and let bitches scratch them, not knowing if it's right or wrong, but they just want to be a part of some shit, fucking up sacred time, making sacred time profane.
So we got to work to restore it, man. That's why you up here putting this game out. We need you to keep doing it, man. We got to do it the right way.
Much love, Polo. Facts. Let's get to that positivity. Yeah, that P stand for in Polo, man. Positivity, man. Panther family. Don't tell Polo yet, though. But we have to do our best. We have to do our best, and it starts with us. With anyone listening, it starts with us. And as I said, grab your battle buddy. Little dear, where you at, man? You ain't on the clock yet. I know you driving to your spot. He probably charging up still. I needed him to drop, but get your battle buddy, man. And bro, ritual starts with self, and then you got a battle buddy. Then you got two, three family members, four, five, six, seven family members, and then there's ceremony going on with other families, and y'all got y'all own ceremonies. So y'all do y'all ceremonies because those are y'all sacred ceremonies. That was the beauty of coming together. See, I don't know the ceremonies of Snake Family. Snake Family doesn't know the ceremonies of Panther Family. My left eye twitching again. Here we go. But we both descend from the same ancient one. So eventually, in the big cycle, these things come together. So now Snake and Panther and Bear and Fox and Eagle and Crane uh and Clay Clan, Red Paint Clan and Blue Paint and fucking Holly Clan and all of these different clans, the different spider families. Because we talk about families when we get into naming animals like Snake, that's a family. The clans are the individual, Bear is a family, the grizzly and the black bear. So when you have sacred time, what you're doing is showing that at one point, all spirit was one spirit, all soul was one soul, because all is. It simply is. And that's how we revitalize. Because you may not know everything that your ancient ones may have known, especially being so far away. But in your soul, excuse me, no, in soul, because that's self, right? In self, you know what's right, you know what's wrong. There are traditions that were carried over that grandma held on to that can be used to show revitalization. But it just take the want, and you got to start. You got to start. Why not start today? You got to start somewhere. I wanted Cuz on. I think he's still getting ready for work or whatnot. Let me drop this.
You
I
know,
think I can find
I
it.
caught what you said about the bird at the top and the deer in the middle and the panther at the bottom. I caught that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And just it's we gonna build, bro. You feel me? We definitely gonna build. Okay, I actually found this in the book. So I found Grantham book finally. I'm pulling it up on the screen. But here's what he talking about: sacred time and space, rituals. Let's see what he says here. Ooh. All right, like right here. Origin myths provide answers to questions about how things began. Equally important, they also serve to establish an order among values and to justify, by reference to these values, the major customs and institutions of society. Okay. Polo, I'm gonna send you a link to this because I know I'm gonna send you the link. I don't know if you want it PDF or if you want the physical, but I'm gonna drop this on you.
PDF cool. That way I can go and get it over with.
All right. Let's see. So it says many cultures view sacred or cosmic time as it begins, ends, and begins again. This concept is more comprehensible when it is understood that time itself only comes into existence with the original creative act. Thus, this is what I'm about earlier. The reactualization of the divine creative activities, recounted in effects, restart the cosmic cycle. So at ceremony, there are certain rituals which are performed, which are also said to restart time. This is why when someone says, meet me at the rainbow, it can be greeting or it can be a threat. Because it took you to make it inside that square ground to be forgiven for all, so that time would restart. This usually happens when you see people commit certain crimes, try to stay outside of the town, and come back for ceremony. They have to make it into that square ground. Let's see what else we have here. What else we have here? So, uh, wait, hold on. Wait, interesting. Okay, so it says, to some cultures, time and cosmos are so intertwined that they are considered synonymous. Okay, that's interesting. Says in some North American languages, the concept of the world or cosmos is used as in the same sense as the concept of a year, which is actually interesting because if you talk about the Milky Way, if I'm not mistaken, in Nandasi Kataba, the Milky Way means sacred time, Milky Way, and it means something like it's like a deity is actually deified in their language. So see what else we have. Right, says okay, most cultures, especially non-industrialized ones, perceive the world in terms of three levels or planes: an upper, middle world, earth, and the lower world, sacred space, any space where the sacred manifests itself on earth, can be thought of as the axis mundi or moundi, which is the center of the world. Let's see. And this is where you have the tree of life, where it says this world axis may be symbolically represented as a world pillar, a ladder, a cosmic mountain, a cosmic tree, and so forth. See what else we got? Right, says all right, yeah, this too. Within the boundaries of sacred space, the profane world is transcended and communication with the gods is made possible. It is the place where the gods can descend to earth and man can symbolically ascend to the world of the gods. This is why you see the bird man looks as if he's going up into the sky. This is the same text that talks about the historical sketch of the Creeks, and how you had the Creek proper who eventually adopted certain groups like the Abika, and later all these different groups, right? The Gila Bee, the Holy Wali, Tukabachi, Okcha, all that different stuff. So, I'm gonna make sure I drop this on you. Talk about the origin of the Creeks and all that good stuff. So, sacred time, sacred time. I will want to say this. If you aren't doing anything and you wish to come just enjoy and see what it's like when families bring themselves together, contact me at any point. I'm always on IG, same Instagram, never change, underscore Wale Origins. And we will show you and assist you on how to rebuild the family, on how to make it all make sense. I do want to ask, are there any questions from the panel, or does anyone on the panel, or if does anyone on the panel want to lay anything down before I do close out?
Well, that was a great demonstration that talked about time because that's why they said timing is everything, you know, and that's what people have to understand that everything is dealing with timing, everything is dealing with seeding and growing, and and the way how things move in the society and how things deal with cycles. You know, if you go anything beyond that, it's gonna be out of sync. And what you want to do, you want to be in sync.
I was gonna ask a question because when you was reading, it just popped through my mind. When it say you can't fit a square peg into a round hole, is that I don't know, it just sounds like the transition from solar to lunar mounds, from the circle mounds to the square ones. I don't know. I don't know why that just went through my head when you was reading, but it did. New Peter, you there, bro?
But I'm still here. He
Wow, I
probably
was on mute that whole time. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
What I was saying is Kolamoki is an example of the procession change. That's what we gonna call it, right? And that's what the master call it. The procession change is on the outskirts of the what they call the temple mound, which is a solar mound. You have lunar mounds. The cretorial mounds, the burial mounds, those predate that solar mound by hundreds of years. So it showed a change of the equinox where it go from a lunar phase to a solar. Yes, ma'am. You know I'm always do my work. And I appreciate you, Auntie, you and Omi for always being on here, making sure, asking your questions and making sure I'm on point. So shout out to Auntie and Cuz in the chat.
Yeah, well, you teach me
Let's
all the
see.
culture, bro.
Talk to
I'm
me.
tapped in. Nah, whenever I gotta learn, bro, I gotta come learn about the culture from you, gang. I'm cold with this history stuff, but I gotta come get this, the
Man,
natural
Now, I
remedies
was
from
telling Cuz,
you, my boy.
like, oh yeah, my cousin Reem on here. I told you, how you move with the history. You remind me of Cub, cause Cub be smooth too, but he more like you feel me, be in the background type shit. Like he hunt like a puma
Yeah.
for real, bro. He don't like being seen type shit.
I'll talk sometime. Just not right now. I be chilling, bro.
that boy real geeky. Hey man, I'm back, man. My bad. I ain't been able to be on here. It's been a hectic morning already, y'all. Boy,
We,
it's a lot going on
hey
right now.
man,
It's not getting to work right now, so we scoping the site and stuff. So it's just a lot.
Let's see. Can we get 10 Can we get 5, 10 minutes out you real quick with the
Bro,
drop? I need something.
I missed the whole live. I was like,
Wow.
I I
This
I
guy.
heard the first I heard the first 10 minutes of the presentation, and then my phone been blowing up ever since. Right when you opened up the mics,
Man.
I heard the whole presentation, but right when you opened up the mics, my phone started blowing up, and I've been on the phone ever since. So now it's just a lot going on right now.
Yeah. You know what it
Wish we could have
is?
just I wish we
If
could have
you
just pushed this back, bro.
profane time. See, we in the cycle, right? This. I'm glad you said something though. Because the cycle is Sunday morning at 10. And that 10, somebody come throw a monkey wrench and cause shit. Fucking up the cycle. So it's
Yeah.
always somebody or something profane that can find a way to screw sacred time.
Right. I get that because everything you do every day is technically a ritual.
It's ritual. If a bitch say, hey boy, I need you. But you look at your phone, it's 11 o'clock. Don't go outside, but you'll need me. Call the police. Call an Uber. You don't need me. I'm not getting out my bed. It's a sacred time. You don't need me. What we hold dear, bro, is what is being created, is what's being recreated. You get me? Like, bruh, I don't lock my door because I got secrets. I lock my door because this shit's sacred. Like, you can't come in my shit. All right, my bad, cuz, but Mike, I need you. 3 minutes. But I know he said he's scoping the spot. Them boys got a bit job today, so we probably could run it back next week. If anything, we could run it back next week. Uh, Reem, you want to drop something, cuz,
Not right
before we
now, cuz
go?
hold on. Not right now.
All right. Pa, you want to take her home? I think Pa probably just logged in. What time is it? 11. So I'll say this. Who is that? Oh, go ahead. Oh, you got the floor. He locked back
Yeah,
in. Talk to me.
but yeah, but like I said, we had a good talk last night on the back end to where the information that we given is gonna stand on its own as we keep pushing harder and push it to the limit. You know what I'm saying? Because you have people that's on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and whatever other social media putting out misinformation, saying that people are Hebrews and America is the Nile, and I mean Mississippi is the Nile, and America is Egypt. All that false information got to perish.
That's by design though. Like them boy, like every couple few years, he one of them boy popping out with that information like they agents or something.
Yep. You got Morris people identifying themselves as tribes and getting real tribes in trouble. That ain't cool.
Man, yesterday nigga said the Amasi was Hebrew. But it's the religion, man. People got to look for that too. Like when you coming into this, you like, yeah, I want to learn about my story as or my story or stories in general as Indigenous Americans. The first thing somebody do is take you to the Bible. You might well get rid of that thing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these dudes that be, a lot of people that be running this shit, bro. I be saying this all the time. Go back to their social medias. Just go back on their shit, and you'll see what they were doing, bruh. It's no reason that you should be saying, "Well, I'm Yama." Well, the Yamasee are called Yamasee because they planted yams by the sea.
What?
What type of shit is that? And the nigga said that. We know the truth. He said that.
Oh, the same nigga that talking about the Moshe's, the Muskogee.
Roller corn.
Bro, that nigga say the Yamasee called the Yamasee because they planted yams by the sea. Roll the corn, bro, crying. Oh no! I said no, no. That fuck nigga say the Gal Indians. The Gal
Man,
Indians.
We
I
know
ain't
the
seen
truth
that yet.
now.
I don't
What?
seen a lot of talk of
What?
Indians, but I ain't seen no
Bruh.
gal.
Bruh.
Son, me and Ali Muhammad exchange words. Fuck nigga blocked me, made a video, and did the same shit I told him he was gonna do in the comments. I say, bro, you finna go get a source from 1901 that's outdated. That fuck nigga blocked me. You know the first thing that nigga read was that source from 1901 that was outdated. That bitch say the
Oh, when
Yamasi revolt. I said, say what, cuz? Talk to me.
Nah, I thought you was finna bring up that damn thing about the Moors and Indians down there in Mexico. I thought that's what you was finna bring up.
No, nah. See, Ali Muhammad, he played himself when he was scamming niggas. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
a nigga like him is like a nigga like him is a nigga like young Pharaoh, a nigga like polite. Like they got the gift of gab. So when he is talking to people, they gonna listen because damn, he speak well. Whole time nigga be misleading the bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, oh, yeah, we going down the rabbit hole. Whole time it's a fox down there. You play, you play, bitch. Man, you ain't no fox make holes, bitch. You ain't no bitch, man. You play. You done went down the rabbit hole. It's a snake down there. You play. So you let somebody read some shit to you that you ain't read yourself. And I say, yo, boy, you gonna read an article from 1901, and the only place you gonna find your Masi is in the fucking title. You don't find that shit in the word. I got the word. You finna read the PDF, yo, boy. I got this shit printed up in the crib right now.
Right, because me and nephew already talked about that already. He was like, "Oh," he said, "I got the book." That's what he came up with that saying. Don't come to me with a PDF file because I got the book.
Facts. Fact. My left eye twitching again. Facts. Cause when it was brought to me, I'm looking at it like, damn, boy, nigga got me, boy. Oh, I'm like, oh, you remember the conversation? It was 3, 4 years ago. I'm like,
Right.
oh boy. I'm like, oh boy, smush me. And he talking his shit. You feel me? I'm like, whoa. I ain't never see this before. I stepped away for a couple days and say, I'm finna buy this shit, yo, boy. And I'm finna read it. You feel? I gotta read the whole fucking thing. And I read that bitch, and I showed Unc say, yeah, hell yeah. And we sat there, we just sat back, bro, and just watched niggas argue about some shit that somebody got wrong a whole 125 years ago. And literally,
And that's when we started noticing that the PDF file had a different outcome than what the literal book says.
the
And that's why we
P.
say always get the book source.
Yep, because the
Mm.
PDF be missing pages, it's words missing, or somebody might upload a EPUB. So when you download the book, the books are the pages are out of order. So sometimes you got to be careful on what books you buy. Cause I bought a book, the book Beneath These Waters, because I have the actual PDF. So I'm like, damn, I bought a book. It's a good book. The book came printed as an EPUB. So the page is out of order. So I say, hey, don't argue with me for no PDF. Cause if you got the PDF, I'm telling you, you ain't read that whole book, bro. You ain't fix your eyes. Cause it about
Mm.
300 pages in a good book that take about 2.5 hours to read. Bro, you know how many text messages you nigga done got in 2.5 hours? How many times you done check social media? You ain't read that book. You ain't read. So when you deal with people like that who don't read shit and then half-ass read it and then give it to the people who half-ass read it, and now you got millions of people regurgitating misinformation, it only makes sense when all of these cultures say, yeah, at a certain point, everybody gonna think they doing right and they gonna be so wrong. But they gonna believe that they doing right. That's my theory on what we're calling, or what people or we all call the age of Aquarius. Is not that is the age of knowledge, and you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, people gonna know that I know is people are gonna believe they know. Because there's gonna be so much knowledge given out at this time. People are gonna have a hard time deciphering what's reality and what's fictitious. So what they'll start saying is, well, my perception is, but your perception isn't doesn't isn't based on any moral compass. Because you could perceive what you want to perceive. My eye twitching again because I was going to say something, right? But oh, man, oh, bro, just the
And then you
thought,
know
but
what else too?
go
You
ahead,
got a
Art,
lot of
because this
people.
shit, I don't
You
like it.
got a lot of people. You got a lot of people that's parakeeting bullshit. And then when we come along and give them the truth, they're thinking that we are shaming them. And it's like, no, it's called corrective criticism because y'all not in a tribal nation. If you notice, all these people that go to talking, they never post anything but dealing with their family. You know what I'm
Right.
saying, man? If you don't get a post from my tail, you gotta be a Mexican. That's as I figured. But they're not showing them with their family. And they, yeah, because they drive bad down here. And and it's ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But what's gonna wind up happening is from them lying to the people, by them putting out misinformation, by them selling books with misinformation in it, and these people find out the real hardcore truth and see that it's lies, they're gonna have a big old backlash. And it won't be surprised like that dude that they did in Ghana or Nigeria when he said that the flood was coming and he had them give up all their perishables to him, turn their house over, and this nigga was gonna buy a whole BMW. And then when the time came, the flood didn't even was coming. They tied that boy to a pole and they whipped that bitch. You heard me? I ain't lying. That's gonna happen to them from misleading the people. You take these
Yeah.
people whole core money and everything, and you mislead them on purpose. Oh, you need your hands with it.
Yeah, you down bad.
Facts.
Yeah, you done bad. Or as we say in New Orleans, you're a whole hoe out here.
Hmm. But Tyreek Nasheed learned directly under James Small. He get that whole story of 1526 from him because he's actually the core. He done took this man family story and ran off with it, and what the hell?
Yeah, that's Magnolia. That's Magnolia.
Mm-mm-mm.
It be all of them though, bro. Cause, but what it is you have to be honest about. You have to be honest in your teachings. You know what I mean? Like you have to be, and it's okay if you are missing some things, but when people come off as if like they are the progenitor of certain information, and they actually had them sit downs with them niggas, that shit always go wrong, bro. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's why TikTok saved a lot of people, and a lot of them people that debate on TikTok would never debate on a YouTube platform because you actually can have moderators. You get what I'm saying? And you actually have to
Mm-hmm.
present information. You can't just show a screenshot in the background. Like, oh, it says this. It's like, okay, well, when like it's like for instance, when Tazoriak asked Earth Speaks, what's your source? Earth Speaks said, oh, I don't have to give you that. You can read it right here. It's like, huh? What do you mean? If I'm asking you, you're presenting us some information. I'm asking you, where did you get it from? I need to know where you got it from. See, when we talk about references and sources, this is why our elders, that oral tradition, as well as other information that confirms or brings it together. You get what I'm saying? That's why to me, they're equally as important because you have people that like to lie. Someone could make up a story and it doesn't really go with the oral tradition of the people and it doesn't align with actual information about those people, but they can say, well,
Right,
shit, it's my oral tradition. The same
right.
way a nigga said, what's your reference? Oh, well, I don't have to get. That's weird, bro. That shit, all that shit is weird.
But in
You look good.
debates, like when you have real
And
debates, you
on
supposed to
top of
get the
that, bro,
sources
you gotta think
first.
they be on the internet using TikTok, and the only thing you can do with TikTok is show a PDF, unless you showing your screen and doing what you doing in the picture with the books. Them people only showing screenshots. So that's where the confusion gonna come in at. Cause like you said, if you go back a page and read a few sentences back, you gonna see the real truth. You them people just looking at nitpicking at what they want you to see. So
Facts. Facts.
I,
That
I,
happened. That happened with me and K Real. My bad, Polo. What's this?
no, I was gonna say I agree to that because they'll take me posting the first three sections of the 1740 Negro Act, but don't know section four there too.
Right. Like somebody, I posted it one day, and somebody's like, "Oh, look, it don't mention Africans at all," and I'm like, "Huh? You ain't read it." I'm like, "Bro, you ain't read it, bro. Like you couldn't have read it because they clearly separated the American niggas from the Africans and the Africans from the free Africans. You see what I'm saying? Like you got to read it." And like I say, I had that issue with the dude. He posted like, "Oh, the Cherokee aren't from the north. Look, they were right here at Etowah." And da 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 da. And I'm like, bro, you
Boy,
got that
stop.
book? He said, I said, you got that book? Yeah, I got the book. I said, you got the book or you got the PDF? I got the book. Man, I sent a nigga a picture of that book. That nigga blocked my stupid ass on thread. Yo, boy. I said, you niggas want to be with all that flexing. You want to debate, yo, boy. Most of the books you niggas are reading are had for years, almost a
And just
decade.
like
So I'm
and just like old
like, come
boy
on,
was
bro.
saying, oh, and like old boy saying, oh, I read it and say cool book, and I said, well, what book you read it in? He didn't know which book. He didn't know what book to see.
Come on, man. And this is my thing, and I'm on live saying this. Most people that say cool and I be disagreeing have never read any of our works. Cause I never read his works before I put out my books. I still ain't never read his books. But when people post from his book, I be like, look at that there. When like for instance, I say Yama was the name of the Mobilian trade language. People got mad at me whole time. Say, Cool put that in his book in 2012,
Mm.
2010. But when I said it's say Cool never said that, and Paul took a picture of it, sent it to me, and said, nephew, don't even respond. I'm gonna respond for you. How you gonna say my cousin and my chief ain't say that? He put it in his book a decade before my
Right,
nephew wrote his, and my nephew never read his book. So what
right,
information are they studying, and who are they learning from that their information holds the same fucking weight? One is just older and one is more modernized. Mine is more modernized. I got more access to shit that Sekou didn't have at the time. So that's where people might find contingency. But if they knew how to fucking read, they understand that, hey, would they also talking from two different points of view while agreeing. He's speaking on the Yama coming out of South America and settling in these lands and becoming a part of these different groups of people. My books are written as written from the point of view of someone who's looking at the Yama. Some of them leave and come back with new people. So they're mixed, different people,
Mm-hmm.
same culture, but slightly
Sir.
different. But it
Sir.
was another unification between the people because, hey, y'all mamas come from up here. Yeah, y'all great aunts. Yeah. They come from.
Okay.
So we're writing it from two different positions, but the stories still intertwine when? In fucking 1597 during the uprising. Because the Latama, who were the Yama, were included in the towns that fought, in 1597. Uh-oh. You
Yes,
feel me?
sir.
So
They did.
while Kusa and Upaha, the Yama and the Iba'a were beefing at the time, the Soto pulled up 60, 70 years later. Those groups were able to link, fighting a traditional war versus a Christian or Catholic war. It's really what it was. The traditionals versus, those who are under Catholicism.
Mhm.
So when we get to that point, nobody studied that before. Everybody said, oh, the Wale uprising. Oh, that was the Yamasi. The chief got mad. He couldn't have two wives, so he went to war. Bullshit. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. The crown and the Florida governor were at war. And the Florida governor said, we can't control them Wale niggas. They keep coming down and whooping the Temuco ass. So what we
Mhm.
gonna do is we gonna start a war amongst the Wale and then kill the hereditary chiefs and put a fictitious chief over Wale. And now we got a new people that we're gonna call Wale. That's how it fucking happened. They were called Iba'a before they were called Wale. Go find the book Murder and Martyrdom. They got it PDF. I got it physically. Go read Murder and Martyrdom. The big town in 1597 was Tolamato. The big town in 1567 during one parto was called Talimiku. The big town during De Soto's time, my eye twitching again, was called Talimiku or Olamiku. Why the fuck Olamiku also found in Tennessee amongst the Yuchi? It's a combined word of Orada and Miku. They were showing a unification between the town chiefs and the big chiefs, and how the town chiefs became big chiefs because they took on the ceremonies of the Mississippians and the green corn and the. But they don't know about that. So now Wale Origins and Sekou Gentu disagree. Cause you fuck niggas keep stopping at 1715. Oh, the Yamasi uprising. Okay, who were the upper Yamasi? Oh, there was Saku Hachi and Potokaligo and Poko Sabo and Lutzi and Hushpa. Okay, last time I checked, fuck nigga, those are Iba'a towns that fought in 1597. So they couldn't have been Yamasi unless somebody called them Yamasi, a part of the Confederation. But in those people language, the word Yimusi meant grandfather, grandmother, an ancient one, someone who's old. So you have a people who have a term, Yimusi, and the people they were calling Yamachikari all became known as the Yamasi during 1704 and 1707 and 1710 in order for them to create a Yamasi reservation. There was a reason they separated it into upper and lower. When Sekou Gentle say there was no upper and lower creek before there was an upper and lower Yamasi. What he was explaining is the upper and lower Yamasi were given a reservation by the Carolina government. And then the Carolina government used the lower Yamasi to go into Florida, Georgia, and Florida, and Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, North Carolina,
Yep.
raiding and enslaving people. And then when the people in the
And that's
north
when,
got wind of it,
right.
said, hold on. But we got to go to Florida. We finna go to Florida with y'all on one of these raids. And went into Florida and went amongst the other Iba'a who ran into fucking Florida. And they teamed up to fight against the fucking Yamasi. But nobody want to fucking talk about that because y'all not Iba'a. You see what I'm saying, bro? So now you see this
And then
contingency.
Yamasi to know the story. Right.
You find come on, man. So if we do disagree, it's from certain points of view. It's not necessarily on what happened. Some people that are claiming
Right.
to be Upper Yamasi today actually claim to be from Lower Yamasi towns before the land was gotten in South Carolina. After the land was gotten, a lot of people were claiming to come up out of Ocute, Latama, Ochesi, etc. Tell me I'm wrong.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
how in the fuck did the lower Yamasi become today the upper Yamasi? That's all I was asking, bro. That's the contingency. Because we're viewing it
Oh,
from
And then
different points of view.
so I got a
and then
question,
and
bro.
then and then and then another thing is that when people then was saying that the Yamasi and then was helping in the slave trade, they have to know what village participated.
What
They
group?
don't
Because
even
it
much know that
wasn't
because it wasn't the whole
everybody.
nation. Right. It wasn't
Thank you. It wasn't
everybody.
everybody. Because
Because Dean
you
because
had
Dean Sweets
Yamasi
was
getting
like
put on. Go ahead. Oh, my bad. Pardon me. Pardon me.
because Dina Sweets was like the Yamasi was helping enslaving people, and I'm like, dude, that wasn't even much the whole nation. That was a specific type of village. Do you even know who the village is? And I'm still not gonna tell him what village it was. I want that nigga to
So
go do his motherfucking homework.
my question is, if now being that the case, because some did, why do a nigga like me, and if you want the letters, you can actually find the letters and where to get the actual documents from in the Yamasi Indians, right? That book. Why are there grievances that are right now in London written from Yamasi saying how the Europeans was enslaving them?
Right.
Oh, the amount of time. Yeah. This shit is real, bro. You have
Uh-huh.
people like Hospital, right? Or Don Francisco, Don Antonio Francisco Hospital. So he was the leader that signed off on Fort Mose.
Mm,
So Fort Mose literally was authorized by a Iba'a chief, yo boy. The Yamasi,
Mm-hmm.
the born, when I say Yamasi, the core groups of the lower Yamasi was enslaving them people, bro.
right.
Bruh, the Wale was so strategic in how they moved, and I'm saying Wale because that's what they were called at the time. Did you know Europeans and Spaniards wrote about Don Francisco as being one person when in reality it was two different people of the same clan? One just was living in
Yeah.
Florida, one was living in South Carolina. Okay. These niggas got the same clan mother showing up to meetings like, man, yeah, ain't you from? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. Ali, that boy Polo show up, hey, that me. Reem show up, that me. Pa show up, that's me. Everybody was speaking on behalf of the nation because they weren't going for the shit. But Europeans are like, huh, we heard this name before, but he up there in the Carolinas. No, he's down here in St. Augustine. Wait, he gotta be in Carolina. The whole time, two different people of the same family. They just knew that, hey, we can position ourselves that y'all can deal with the English, we can ward off the Spanish, and we can keep the coastal line. The issue was the interior Yamasi was more friendly, like with the Englishmen. The Englishmen started doing them wrong, and they needed help. So those in the north said, huh, all that fuck shit y'all did came back to hunt y'all. But if we don't help y'all, we all fucked up because y'all the niggas with the guns. Remember, the Wale didn't have guns. It was illegal for the Iba'a to have guns.
Right.
When the Westo raided the Temuka, the Wale said, let us get some guns. The Spanish said, nah. The Westo say, hey, yeah, I know we finna come across that river. The Iba'a beat them without firearms. And the Westo had firearms and Europeans and horses on their side. So the same people that fought in that 1650 war and that 1667 were the same people that fought in 1597 were the same upper Yamasi towns that fought in 1715. They were not no fucking Mexicans. They were not from South America. Call it what you fucking want. They knew how to defend the land because it was theirs.
And
And
that's
they
why you had
spoke
some Wale
everybody
that was
else's
strong in
language.
my side. Right.
And they spoke everybody language. You had Wale that spoke Temuco, Wale that spoke Yuchi. You got Yuchi town, Yuchi Lapi. Yuchi Lapi is a Wale town. How many women y'all know named Lativia? Why do the
Yeah.
Wale got a leader named Olada Lativia? How many women you know named Neek? Something Neek. Wale has a town with a woman leader named Orada Neek. These are women. Satuachi, a lot of people gonna be hot when they find out Saturiwa got a cousin named Satuachi that's Yuchi and he's from the north, but they ain't never studied the war enough. You see what I'm saying? But you know, oh, Wale Origins and Sekou disagree. No, you fuck niggas don't have the level of information Sekou and I got. So y'all don't know nothing that happened before 1715. Because all you know is it was niggas there fighting. It was us, 1715. That's it. But you arguing with the United States about 1715, bitch, you weren't, the United States ain't exist. You arguing with the wrong people.
Right.
Oh, oh, you know?
Me,
See what I'm
me and
saying?
CJ were talking about that yesterday. I'm like, they put everybody name your master, but what if this nigga Choctaw from Texas who came up here to help? You calling him your master?
Come on, bro. This was like this. See, the same reason they created that term to be a catch-all is the same reason they created the term Creek, bro. All of this shit was for political reasons. Because Yamasi
Same thing
signed
with Cherokee.
treaties. Same
Yep.
thing with Cherokee. Yamasi signed treaties. How you think they got the reservation? Oh, oh,
But yeah,
oh,
but yeah, you got people
oh.
talking about, oh, Yamasi not federally recognized. Oh, they're not state recognized. Oh, the Yamasi ain't got a reservation. But yet they don't know about the treaty that was signed in 1702. Oh, my bad. Did I say that?
Right, but and it has nothing to do with the United States. So the United States ain't got
Right.
to honor it because you got to think about it. In 1754 and 1755, what happened? British, right? They sent out fucking spies to these different towns to get the stories from these people right before the fucking Revolutionary War kicked off. So now, if my name is William Bartram and I say I'm in the Ogeechee and these was held by the Ogeechee Indians, but they was killed off and their bones was put in the mounds. What did I just do to the Ogeechee Indians? Excuse me, who
Man,
are named after that nation of the Ogeechee. End quote. I killed them. What happens when I say, hey, the Yamasi are no more, they've been dispersed, but there are some living amongst the Creeks, but the Yamasi don't exist as a political nation. I killed them. So when 1776 rolls around, there are no fucking Yamasi. There are no Ogeechee Indians. There are no, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm going with this shit. There are no real Wale because now we're going forward. These people don't exist.
Yes, sir.
You argue with the wrong people. But we got a treaty from 1525, 1725, 1750. That shit don't matter. You arguing with the wrong person. They will always say, argue in your mama house, argue at grandma house. But you argue
But
at
look what wind
somebody
up.
else shit,
But look
man.
what wind
Go
up
ahead,
happening though, nephew. Look what wind up happening though. And the Article 6, Section 8 of the United States Constitution, they actually grandfathered in the treaty from the 1700s because they said treaties that shall be made and after this, no, it says constitution that was made before and the said after shall be the supreme law of the land. So they were saying constitutions that shall be made before the Constitution and after the Constitution shall be the supreme law of the land. So they grandfathered in the Constitution. I mean the treaties.
Britain does not have to honor that constitution. That shit ain't got nothing to do with the United States of America. It don't. Because if it did, you know what that would do? It would take the land from the United States of America and put it back. Really, the crown would actually have to take it back. Even though it's in the crown's trust, they actually have to move in on the land and put the crown's Indians on the land. Who were the crown's
And this is
Indians? Talk to
this
them.
how you
Go
know
ahead.
that the United this how you know that the United States is still under the British crown because of that treaty.
Facts. That's why Britain don't have to honor that because their stewards of the land is who?
and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why
Okay, that's why
and
I'm
that's why
right.
everything
Okay,
uh-huh.
okay. The
Uh-huh.
United States of America as a business. This is where we get uniform commercial code. These are the
Right.
stewards, the business people on. These are the proprietors. Well, not proprietors, but these are those who set up the stores. So it's up to Britain.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're the
now we live
proprietors.
under
You
British
had it right.
maritime law.
You had it right. They're the proprietors. You had it right,
And
nephew. They're the
I
proprietors.
stopped. I stopped because I ain't want to say that because we know who spiritually. You feel me? But they got it. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Polo, talk to me. What you say?
Nah, I was just finna make a comment, and now you see why so many of our people got labeled Tories. Cause that's just what it was. We took up some of us, fought for the British.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And the thing is, right? The thing is, when we're honest with this, um, you notice that the information is more fulfilling because it's not that you understand it, you just stand with it. Like, nah, all right, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's something that make your stomach turn, like, damn, they really did the boys like that. You gotta just roll with that shit. Cause it hurt, bro. Because when you think about it, every time there was a new player on the scene, that Lower Yamasi always fucked with them, and they fucked with them hard, yo boy. Like, and I mean it, bro. That's why I feel how I feel, and I got that right because this is ancient. This shit go back hundreds and hundreds of years to where why? Watch this. I'll ask this question. When DeSoto pulled up to the land, he was in Appalachia. Appalachia had the same fucking name as Upaha, but he was looking for Talamiku, which is Tolomado, the same town from 1597. But nobody who was from Upaha would take him to that town. He went to the fucking Hichiti speakers, and they took him there, bro. And they raided the town. Because remember, they never been there. They never been inside the town because they was always getting their ass kicked. Bro, when DeSoto came, why did they team up with DeSoto to take down Upaha? When the Spanish came, why did they help the Spanish fight against the hereditary Iba'a chiefs? When the Westo came, why did they allow the Westo to retire into their towns after the Wale freed them from the Westo? When the Englishmen pulled
Mhm.
up, Why were these people starting to enslave the Wale or the Iba'a? So when somebody is claiming a lower Yamasi town or claiming they come from Ochesi, Okwati, or Latama, and that they were the Hichiti speakers and shit like that, why did those people constantly assist outsiders invade Upaha? And then when they needed help, who did they call and who helped them? You see what I'm saying? Y'all want to kick
Yes,
niggas
sir.
ass while helping them folks. And then soon them folks jump on y'all ass, we gotta help y'all because if we don't, then that means utter destruction. Because hell, y'all boys crazy with that work. We crazy, but we get busy when we got to. Y'all get busy. But now they coming down on y'all. Y'all need our help. And we help y'all, but y'all children turn on y'all, which was the fucking Cherokee. We didn't know them niggas.
Man, yes, sir.
Come on, man. All
I,
right.
I, I
All
don't
right.
know
A
if I
lot
can
of
even be
betrayal.
talking about this, but I was just going over the Henderson Road yesterday, and I'm on that bitch.
Yeah.
A lot of betrayal and treacherous shit was going on. And
Shit,
that's why I said what I
Magnolia,
said
man.
last night. That's why I said what I said last night. All shit has to be amended in order to move forward. Things have to be reconciled and shit and everything, or else it will keep on going the way it's going.
I ain't talking to no Wind Clan, nigga. I tried. I've tried, and I've come to the conclusion that my thesis is they daddy's son. That's just what it is.
Polo say that shit running in my
I know
head, man.
that's
Fuck
right.
that shit.
Yeah,
I
Polo
say,
put
oh,
it.
he sound like a New Orleans nigga now.
Hey Reem, hey Reem, you heard him? That boy
Yeah,
said,
you yeah, you know now.
hell nah. That shit spooky, bro. Like it's like this, right? Every family has a duty within the clan system, right? Within the circle of life, right? Space, matter, and
Mm-hmm,
time. There's no fucking way
mm-hmm.
you're gonna tell me there's a clan that can catch you at the rainbow. Now you done made it the ceremony and all, but a bitch can say, "Hey, they killed my brother," and they can just go do something to you because they feel like it. You mean to tell me if I come into if I go to Charleston, South Carolina, I hit Magnolia Road. Why? No, I go to Auntie House. Boy, I'm good.
Facts. You
But you
already
telling
know.
me is a nigga that don't know Auntie, don't know cuz them can say, "Hey, I'm Win Clan. We in this bitch." Man, hell no. I got me fucked up. Ain't no way, boy. It sounds like a white man created that shit. Boy, ain't no way. Ain't no
Man,
way.
this nigga a Brim, he a Bruner, he Win, he Bear. Man, boy, I don't want shit to do with that boy. I don't want shit to do with that boy.
They said that boy is squirrel. They said that boy is squirrel.
Oh
That
shit.
boy trying to get a nut. That boy trying to claim anything that gonna rock with it, boy. Hell no. I ain't gonna lie. Like Bear family, if you meet somebody a Bear family, I'm gonna tell you some real shit, Polo. Bear family create boundaries. Like they not like you get what I'm saying? Like they own sacred space, matter, and time. That's why the real bear families used to lead certain shit when it came to medicine and certain ceremonies because they really more reserved, bro. Like bear and deer family got a similar demeanor. You get what I'm saying? But bear get aggressive. You got to tune them up to get them aggressive type shit. But it's not. It's controlled aggression. So if you meet a nigga that's bear and they just wild and they really might be wolf because wolf and bear really the same family. They really might be wolf, yo boy. Like for real, bro. I'm just you know, you gotta peep their demeanor too.
Ain't gonna cap. He'll calm cat. Ain't gonna cap. He'll calm cat. It's just bro, I ain't with that fuck shit, bro. Y'all up here saying the Mingo is African. I can't deal with this shit. us got Mingos.
The
About
see, I
Mingo,
just
Ming,
did
Mozinga. You crazy.
par.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you said, Polo?
Y'all been breaking up. Everybody breaking up right now.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I was saying about the Mingos. He trying to make the brim cat. He trying to make the Mingos African. Talking about it come from Mozinga.
Niggas
And
need to
I was
What you
just
stop
say?
that
saying,
shit.
all of us got Mingos. All of us be back there talking on this because all of us got Mingos in our tree. So when we talking about the difference between who's part of the Mingo tribe, who Seneca, who actually was an actual war chief and got the title, and who wore this as a surname after they got displaced. But this fool get up here, talk about Mozingo mean Mingo. Shit crazy.
Wayne Clan.
Nah, cuz. Hey, it's tell you what's funny though, bro, is when we had our first union, bro. Old girl say, Wind Clan, something sounds suspicious about them. She say, oh, they think they could do whatever they want to do. While Crane say they had to never come round. That bit had me crying. I say, cuz, but you a bird. You need wind to fly. That nigga said,
Wait.
I can't give a fuck about none of that. Cause Crane, no, bro. Like, you gotta remember, like Polo, I'll give you an example, right?
Right.
Ocala, Florida. I got a grandma that was in Ocala, Florida, 1850. My eye twitching again. Left eye. Here we go. She came from South Carolina. She landed in Ocala. The book was written talking about the Ocala Indians. That bit say the latter were blacker than all, were remarkably black Indians. And it is thought that the Ocala Indians are descendants of the Yamasis as they are blacker than all other Indians. So I'm trying to figure out how the fuck in 1950, 100 years later, the people that's in that land claim to be these Yamasi or Ocala Yamasi are pale skins from Virginia, yo boy. How should I feel about anybody who interact with them? Knowing that I know what I know. And I can prove what I can prove. Watch this. I'll make it even better for you. 1850, this woman moved from South Carolina. Now remember, she in South, all of the Ocala, Florida, my nigga. Okefenokee Swamp. Is this not the same place and same time that the Yamasi women moved to the Okefenokee Swamp? It was about 1,000 of them. And they mixed with the Creek warriors. And these warriors became known as the Seminoles. Who the fuck
Mm-hmm.
are these pale skins 100 years later? So now let me
Man.
ask again. If these pale skins are associated with an actual tribal nation, but they're claiming a town that my people actually come from and establish, should I not be up? Should I not have no type of gripe or with what they
Come
got
on.
going on?
Yeah, man. At least get my name back. Damn. Y'all running around
And
here with the wrong shit and shit.
come on, bro.
You got a dog in the fight, so damn real.
Come on, bro. So with a nigga like, bro, I did these people bloodline. They don't get to Florida until 1933. Again, grandma in Florida, 1850. She in Ocala. Now, her race is up for question. Why? We know race is questionable. Her shit say fucking mulatto. Who the fuck is a mulatto coming from South Carolina, the motherfucking Seminole country? You look up that time, do your work. Bitch, it was illegal to be an Indian in Florida if you weren't on a reservation.
Facts.
Okay.
So it
After
wasn't no Indians
1838.
who weren't on any reservations. This 1850. What is my proof? Cassintown, Florida is also one of our towns called Alexi, Florida. Blackwater.
The dog on.
Cassintown, but they killed every white person in a town, yo, boy, it's 1870. They killed every white person. And
Where
then when
at?
you look on the census in Cassintown, Florida,
Okay.
look up the date. I could be slightly wrong. It might be 1860, but they slaughtered all the white people. And then when you look on the census, all those eyes on that census got threes on the back of them. Oh, these niggas black now. You know why? Because remember what the 1740 Negro laws say?
South Carolina.
All Indians who are not at amity with the government are
Government.
now extinct.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they went to war, and the crackers wiped the whole town off the map and labeled them black. And
So the
those families that Cassin town, those Cassins gave birth to women who married men who were named Wilson. My grandma is a Wilson from Ocala. Her sons was marrying the women that was coming out of Alexi. And they landed in White Springs, Florida, Orange Springs, Florida, and fucking Kissimmee. So how the fuck did these crackers become a part of the Yamasee Seminole Nation today? But my family would have had to enroll and then get adopted into a clan. That's why we never fucking enrolled on my wedding day. Cause I could never understand how these crackers become Win Clan, and my family got to get adopted, and we know who the fuck we are. Even though this grandma's a patrilineal grandmother, I still got her blood, right? I still
fact.
descend from her, right?
Fact.
So I still can make claim on her behalf, right? Come on, bro. But then find out my sixth great grandma come from fucking Uchee Creek. So her son moved down to meet this other woman that's on my mama daddy side to How the fuck both of them eventually get to Ocala? And then they got family in Ocala, a bitch up Crystal Springs, Crystal Springs. But my people couldn't go to Crystal Springs because at Crystal Springs, Ross Allen created what? The Seminole Institute. So he was shipping Mexicans in from the Everglades and Filipino people in from the Everglades and blocking niggas outside of the res that he created and blocking niggas outside of the rivers that they once held before this Seminole Institute was created in Ocala.
I got a question, bro. He wouldn't happen to be working with the Patent Legendary Company at the time, was he?
Say it again.
Say what you say,
I,
Polo.
th- I said he wouldn't be happen to be. Is this during the time of Benjamin Hawkins? Let me ask that.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
This time the Seminole Institute I'm talking about is between 1933 and 1950.
Yeah, Benjamin Hawkins was
Thi-
before that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cause
Benjamin Hawkins was early. Yeah, he was early.
yeah, I was just
He was
finna
an
add.
early scout.
He was shipping up folks from Brazil. I just want to put that he was
Yeah,
interacting
from
with teachers from Brazil. Yeah.
facts. So at this time, what happened was the niggas start creating their own things to do. So now you got true segregation in Ocala. Once they needed more bread or more actors, this Ross Allen family, they started hiring the Buford family to portray Indians on this makeshift village. He lost the land and lost the village. This family bought the land and village and then claimed that this is our ancient land as the Ocala Yamasee. But ain't nobody in their family ever read William Simmons. Nobody in their family ever read Thomas Woodward. Cause both of these men say, yeah, the Ocala Indians, they blacker than all other Indians. They're remarkably black Indians. He ain't say dark skin, copper tone, brown. These are black Indians. And I seen this woman, and she had knots in her hair, and they stand up like little pine cones. Who the fuck hair do that, bro? Oh, these are Indians, but they got dark skin, coarse hair, thick lips, and flat feet. How many of our uncles couldn't go to the fucking marine because them niggas got flat feet? How many of y'all wore them big
That's a
ass
fact.
baby shoes because you ain't have no arches in your feet?
You
And
gotta
the
put
hair
them
that
wood
stand
shoes
on
on
their
to flatten them
head,
out.
and the hair that stand on their head with the rubber bands or the bows, they call that a pickaninny.
But they say I spotted a negress. She's not the average Negro, as she's the wife of the chief. Her hair looks like the ancient battle club. Go look at the Uchi battle club. Okay. You see that shit that they whoop Jesus' ass with, that cat of nine tails? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't like that. See, this one had knots, like the Bantu knots, they call them. Come on, bro. Yeah, read the ancient documents. So what happened was this family bought this land in Ocala. They recreated an Indian reservation, and these is crackers, bro. And they actually got certain news people and other tribal people to recognize them as being actually Yamasi. But while we did the research, they didn't claim to be Yamasi until they bought the land in 1980. In 1981, they made their first official document. In 1983 is when they started ceremonies with the PO or the peyote ceremonies. So again, and with the history, of course, we're going to agree, but there are certain parts of the information that we're going to teach differently because we're looking at it from different points of view. One person says all of these groups came out of the Yamasi, and the other say, well, shit, all of these groups came together to form the Yamasi and then broke apart into their respective groups because they were something before they were being called that, and they were already unified. So as a union, and unions and confederacies are completely different. As a union, these people had to come together with confederacies, and they were seen as a confederacy because now they don't agree. Because you got certain towns from this union linking with the confederacy and enslaving the union. Freaky shit. But all of this disrupted sacred time. Them coming over here disrupted sacred time. Because when you have so much war going on, you don't have time for ceremony. You don't
Nope.
have time for planting and agriculture. You don't have time to spend with your sister's children because you're supposed to be raising them, but now you're at war on behalf of your uncle who did business with a cracker. But then it probably wasn't even your uncle. It's your son, uncle, and you ain't really raising your son because he ain't of age yet for you to go grab him and teach him what you're supposed to teach him because his clan is over there. So you at war with your son and his uncle because they did some flaw shit. My eye twitching again. Fuck.
You know, you said nothing wrong. That how me and you feel. You're like, well, you got a problem with Pentaclan. Nah, bro. It's just from what I'm saying, this nigga Brown was adopted by them. And I was trying to figure out why the hell they do that.
Ritualistic ceremony. Yaha Tuscanugi were Bear Clan, bro. He was Bear Clan. They used to call him like Lower Creek, Upper Creek, whatever. You guys call him Creek or whatever. But when it was time for war, he was known because he fought during the Yamasi War. The Chickamauga, who are Yuchi, right, and a mix of different groups, came down, and he was ritualistically made Cherokee. So he had got a Cherokee clan because
And that,
you know what I'm
oh,
saying? Like, and that's something similar that happened to Brims. And like we also have to look at clans like society. Like certain societies or certain clans deal with medicine. Like you if you ever watched the movie Divergent, it'll kind of make sense. Like you got different societies. These deal with logic. These people deal with agriculture. These people deal strictly with war. These people deal with government. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
if they felt like you were a better politician, you would have to go through a period of time in ritual in order for you to become useful as a politician. So you would have to abstain from certain things as a warrior in order to put your body or your state at peace so you can be able to speak on behalf of that, you know what I'm saying? That section or that, you feel me? That system of people.
Well, I
So
be acting
that's
like a
why, my bad, go ahead.
no, I say I be acting like a bird, but I must be a hawk or something. Cause yeah, we could do all that politics shit, but bro, nah, bro, I really ain't with that shit.
But
I
and
ain't
this
with
the
that shit,
thing,
bro.
right? Birds, the reason birds are seen as those that politic is because they're technically messengers between the heavens and the earth, especially little birds. You get what I'm saying? So this is why you'll see art and you'll see a woodpecker inside of an eagle. Because the eagle is the big bird. That's the messenger from the heavens down. It can fly higher. It's the big bird. But the reminder in the eagle brain is to be the woodpecker. Because you might not be a politician, but you might be a great scribe. You see what I'm saying? Where the eagle, the great eagle, is the one speaking, but the scribe is the woodpecker.
This
The
nigga
scribe is the one that's really getting the medicine to the people.
just call out all my shit, don't you? Why don't you?
Hey, listen, man. Hey, Reem, what we say, cuz when
What
it
you say?
when it listen when it comes to that panther, we every animal, man. We the snake, we the bird, we the deer. You feel me? And it's all there, bro. We
We
just
there, we there, we everywhere.
we everywhere. You feel me? Facts, bro. We touch all four domains, bro. So it's only right that we attempt to at least try to understand. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, nigga, fool with your polo for real though, bro. But
Nah, you ain't said nothing,
nigga, fool with you,
Napito.
boy.
You know Napito real shit, bro. You for real shit. Besides my study group that I used to be a part of 7 years ago, I just got back on the internet. You, little deer, shit. That's it. Like even a lot of these people who got attachment to tribes and got their records, they still don't be talking about the history, right? Um, yeah, that's why that's why I'm over here because I'm trying to think of some more names and I really can't think of none. So,
Hey, God, hey, I tell you that. I tell you guys, boy, you teach them so good, boy, you can turn them to a cult. Boy, that's a religion.
Yeah, I can make
I
that shit
really trying to think of
religion,
something.
cuz
But then
that's
they don't tell the
crazy.
truth. But I got on with Napido and I saw some of his videos. I was like, I gotta talk to this boy ASAP. I gotta talk to him. Kind of like you see shit we eye level. He understand what I understand. I got yeah. Talk to this dude.
Listen, everything you got to teach me more physical, bro. Trust me. Like, trust me, I already know. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I need control behind my shit. You know what I'm talking about, bro? Cause I don't whoop a lot of ass, but I'm trying to avoid just always throwing the first punch. You feel me?
Nah,
Crazy.
I told y'all that me. I done got suspended twice in a week.
Ah,
So
shit,
um
them kind of Lord, them man that got sent to the board. Them man son, let me get the medals up off you, man. God damn, damn, Polo.
yeah, I got suspended the first time for reading the New Echota Treaty. And I just got suspended last
What?
night because yeah, I read the New Echota Treaty and I got suspended for that. Because I brought up Article Section 12, these poor
Ah,
Cherokees, and these Cherokees said who they don't want to go nowhere. Fuck what y'all talking about. And then I got suspended for that. Then after I got back on, I made it after that live that went on with Mingo and all that shit. I made a fuck the
yeah.
Wayne Clan. I put fuck the Wayne Clan in my title, and that, yeah, and I got suspended for that.
Hell nah. No, you gotta stop that shit. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
they got me for bullying harassment.
Hear me out, bro. I can't get back on certain social medias with my face. So you don't want to get to that part, bro. Listen, hey, bro, them people think it's me. They, hey, send the ID. We need a we need a picture as Pa. We need a picture of your ID, but we think you might be somebody else. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, it get like that. But nah, bro.
I
We
ain't
just
tripping,
we
but
just
like I
do our
told you, I ain't
best,
got no
bro.
problem with no Panther. I drive a Jaguar. I ain't got no problem with no Panther.
Hey, what you got a F face?
Nah, the XF motherfucker.
Okay, 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 okay. I ain't gonna lie. I was just checking the F pace out like a SUV type shit. That bill's only like 13 bands, 74 on the dash, 74K. You know, I wanted 13 band for that bit 2018.
I say this with all due respect. Now that I'm actually in this Jag and having to deal with it, I tell nobody never to get one. But
Yeah.
yeah, I will tell anybody never to get one. But I love my car though.
That
Definitely do.
like with the Beamer, like every time bitches be, oh boy, you think I should get a Beamer? Hell yeah. But you would never drive nothing like it. I swear to God, bro. Bro, you never drive. Oh my God, that be
Hmm?
bro,
Man,
bro,
I, I was
bro.
legit. I was legit, and I rented a little 325. That motherfucker was so
Ah,
smooth.
Polo at 325 XI 2001. That bitch blew up on me, bro.
Ooh.
Yes, bro.
Hurt.
Yes, bro. I drove my shit from Miami all the way to Alabama, bro. My shit was running. I had 400 horses in a '01, yo, boy. Coyote engine with the turbo, with the A and what? Bro, oh my God. With the,
Sick.
bro, with
I
the
already
fucking
know.
carbon
Sick, bro.
fiber bumper, everything, like my shit. Brr, you feel me?
Hey,
I had the
now,
wings on my shit, like, oh,
now I'm finna say some country ass shit right here, so you gotta forgive me. But I miss the big body Camaros. Not these little jokers. The 83. I miss the big body Camaros.
what you talking about? Bro,
Speaking.
I'm a
Hey,
Miami
hey, hold
nigga.
on.
What you mean?
Hey, hold
Come
on. Y'all
on,
talk
bro.
about. No,
Bop,
that's
bro.
bad. My bad.
Now go ahead, cuz. Do your thing, man.
No. Y'all been talking about Camaros. I'm about to chime in. Boy, I got a '67 Impala. Y'all talking about Camaro. I got a whole '67 Impala still right now.
Bro,
I got to get them fixed though. That's it.
One
man,
Airbags
thing,
most,
too.
bro,
I don't
most
think
beautiful
nobody's saying
car
them
I
Florida
ever
boys with the
seen.
whips though. I don't.
Nah, ain't
Them
nobody.
Florida boys with the whips, bro.
Nobody.
Huh?
Bro, my father-in-law pulled up on me a couple weeks ago. Why he got the 83 Beamer with the fucking with the bro, oh my God, with the gold spokes, yo boy, the black rim with the white like with the cream, oh my God, the cream interior, like bro, oh my God, bro.
I'm saying y'all be
That
styling
car
down there, but
getting
do y'all race
serious.
too? I see y'all do a
Yeah,
lot of
niggas be
styling,
racing.
but do y'all get on the quarter
Bro,
mile like
they
that bitch
bro
too?
they build them shits to race. I like a don't bro, box bubble niggas build they shits to race, bro. Cause you gotta remember, I'm from down south Dade County. It take me 40 minutes to get to the beach. I'm a real Miami nigga, bro. You feel me? So all of that car racing, bike racing, four wheelers, dirt bike, all of that shit, airboats. That's where I'm at, bro. Like
Yeah.
I work up there on the beach. Like it take me an hour to get to work in the morning, type shit. Like I'm really down south Dade County, bro. So, hell yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you some videos where it was a nigga in a motherfucking Mustang trying to race a bubble on I-95. Man, the nigga in the bubble, oh my God. Oh man, let me send you this, bro. I'm finna
Hey, I
send it
gotta
from the
see
other
that.
phone.
But
Bro, when
these
I
are
say,
that why these cars be 40 and 50 and 60. Okay.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna send you some.
Man,
Bruh, they blowing shit like it messing my head up. Like the
see,
Cutlass, I'm trying to see what they were racing. Talk to me, my bad.
no, I wasn't saying that. I wasn't even saying that. But you said Cutlass, the 84 T top. That's my favorite one out of all them jokers. I love me a T top.
Yeah, listen to this boy. This come on. That's crazy. Let me try to drop this in the chat real quick. Hold on. Is this the one?
Let me
Let
see
me
it,
see if
bro.
he get there.
But Florida and Texas, y'all boys do it the hardest. Where Florida won,
Oh, he
Texas two.
gone. Yeah, yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
boys do the hardest
I'm
though.
finna drop this in the chat right
Yep.
now. Uh hold on. Here we go.
I ain't gonna cap. We
Matter
do
of
the
fact,
same thing in the country too, though. There you go, hold you.
it look better there, dude. You
Cat
hear
to
me?
spend five. I can't even hear it. You posted the video?
Oh no, I put it in the chat. Matter of fact, let me see if I'm trying to pull it up on YouTube real quick. You hear me?
Okay. I have to go back
Yeah,
and watch it because if I click on it, it's gonna make me leave.
yeah, it gonna drop you. Hold on. Let me see if I can log in through the control. And once I show this, I just drop completely. But since this talking about time, I'm gonna play this real quick. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
pull
boy.
this up.
What you know about that
Hold on,
white
who is this?
gas,
Oh, that's
boy? What
Puff.
you know about that white gas?
What you mean? Talk to me.
Like back in the day, my uncle was telling me how they used to goddamn somehow take like liquor and some other shit and make that shit gas and make their cars go faster back in the day.
Moonshine?
Oh, we might have to add part. We got moonshine in the whip.
That's what moonshine.
Okay, ain't
That's what
somebody talked about that before?
that's what you got to be talking about. You talking about that shine.
Hell nah, man. I'm telling you, they mixing moonshine with the gas.
That bruh, telling you, cause I in South Carolina, man. He talking about moonshine.
All right, hold on. I'm finna share this real quick, and then I'm gonna hop off. Let me see if it pop up.
Huh?
Nah, I said I'm trying to see if this pop up real quick. Um, they got basically got me sharing the screen. Oh, there you go. Here you go. Right here.
Dinesh,
All right, here you go, P.
she
You
not
can view
smoking
it.
weed with my grandbaby. Man.
I'm gonna show you another one. Man, pop mute up. On that bit freezing up on the laptop.
Mont said ethanol and Everclear.
Yeah, that bit freezing up. I don't know why I do that when I be on YouTube, bro. They don't want to play the video. Damn. Let me try to do this again. Try to run it back. Yeah, they playing with the video on YouTube, with me trying to actually share the shit. So it's all good, but I'll send you the link again. But that's them boy, they were drag racing that bitch. He blew fool live. But say less, I'm finna get out of here, man. I gotta eat some. I done feel me. I done screwed another one. And they ain't even eat no food. Uh, let's see. Anybody want to drop anything before we do take off? Or y'all good? We good? We officially good? Or
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Anything y'all want to say to them niggas on TikTok and you don't want to get banned, send it to me. I say it for you.
Hell
I'm
no,
Well,
with y'all,
bro.
remember
boy.
everything deal with sacred timing, you know.
Right.
So I'm gonna do. Let me play some music before I get out of here, man. I'm gonna let Little Well take us home. Love, man. I'll be on here same time next week, Sunday, 10 o'clock. I had a couple days off, so I was relaxed. I'm gonna enjoy this last day off. And they were off by choice. I had to choose myself, man. I like making that bread, but shit, I needed Thursday and Friday to myself, bro. So I'm gonna enjoy this last day off. Um, and we're gonna listen to some good music, man. I'm gonna get with y'all. Much love. Next week, Mutt will
Be
be
safe,
on.
bro.
Little Deer will be on. Um, so he'll do his piece, and we'll rock out from there. What you were saying, Carl?
Now, I'm just saying, y'all be safe, man. Appreciate the bill. Learning as usual. You know how it is, man. Appreciate it. You know, you brought some game and answered some questions that I had. You probably don't even know. I don't know whether you knew or you did. You already answered them. So,
This shit, sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit smooth. That shit smooth, man.
So,
Bird at the top,
yeah,
deer in the middle, panther at the bottom. You said some shit then. Hey, I'm gonna holler at you, boy.
yeah. All
man,
right,
y'all
fam.
subscribe, like, share video with with somebody. Peace. Hey, out, cuz.
All right, Carl. Love.
No.
Following the sound of wings under these cedar canopies, exhaling the trees, they ring their echo to a silver stream. I turn my eyes into windows to wildflowers, white and black holes. Turn my eyes into windows to wildflowers, white and black holes, letting it fall together.